Okay. Looks like we're hosting this again. Oh man, we left off in a pretty good place. I've got a couple hours right now. Long day. Nice to just breathe a bit. I was happy with the progress we'd made last I checked. Guess we did pick up something like that. That looks right. We wanted mana and stamina regen, I guess, more than anything. Health regen would be cool, but nah, whatever. Let's see what we can make here. That's not bad, is it? Thought I felt some drift. That's alright. It's been like a week or so since I played this world, so I'm not really sure what's going on exactly. And I know I left off with some really solid armor. Now I'm thinking it's about time we try to cross the Great Divide. Some meat might be well warranted. What else we got? Purple berries, oddly. Just checking what we got going on. Kind of in favor of just dumping things, to be honest. Those grenades don't come in handy. I assumed I had more of those. For some reason I did. At least I've got good stamina regen. I think I'm just looking for kind of just some water and bombs. They're gonna head east. I think it's about time. I bet I could do it. I think we've been thinking about getting the next glider, but who needs it? That's the improved version. That won't hurt at all. And he's got updraft here, doesn't he? Just for the ability to run. That might be to run and to flee, right? Constitution's not a bad idea either. stack of health. Hey, I'll take it. Yeah, so the question is with this current gear and setup, can I make it to some of those big chests over there? We haven't died once. I suppose we aim to keep it that way. But damage is damage. Those dragons can one-shot me, no matter what. Alright, let's gear up and go. I'm kind of feeling the mood to just dump everything and then just come back at it in a moment. Solid amount of bandages and potions, love to see that. Probably won't hurt to have that. Need that. I just don't see the purpose in the staff, to be honest. Isn't strong. It just isn't strong enough. Period. Healing, not worth it when you have potions. Arguably, the mana potions are probably important. Choice for traveling. As far as materials go, weird amount of stone blocks, and then a weird amount of stone. It might do me good to bring some of those cores as well if I want to expand as I'm trying to reach things. Some more logs would be appropriate, I'd bet. We're really close to getting that advanced glider at least. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt, but not in the mood. I don't even know what I really need, to be honest. I think furniture was the next big thing. Here's a spare. got some ideas. We'll have to work it out. At least the backpack's a bit bigger than it could be. Do we want it, you know? I don't know. With the gear we want, the gear we're taking back. Two things at the same time. I imagine a tree would be nice. Some extra wood. I think there's a way to make the journey a lot shorter than I thought it would have to be. Appreciate. We got 2 out of 6 altars, huh? Where's the second one? Oh, north or east? Oh, I know where it is. It's by, yeah, we'll disassemble it while we're on the way. That works for me. Apparently this thing keeps spawning. Some of these honeys really slow things down. FPS wise, which is pretty funny. Powder balls, I know exactly what I'm going to use them for. Pick up these. I wouldn't hate the light, but did you just carry that? I'll say having some extra honey would be useful. Arguably useful. I guess it does slow things down even if it doesn't do a ton of damage. That might prove very useful to have Eternal. Infinite ammo too, right? Might be a situation that calls for that. I think we should leave. Should be enough. There's plenty of wood out that way, I bet. It's a stone that's hard to come by. I suppose we could just leave and take this with us. No big deal. Oh, but there's 100 things we forgot. That's alright. Usually I travel from the hunter side, but I think it's just faster to get that spire. I might have to travel over this stupid bridge area. Yeah. That's alright. I'm probably more nervous about this than I need to be. Okay. Might be worth farming the Keen Spire. Build a base there after getting all the other things that I want. Coming home with stacks of bronze and iron. I'll just say no. I don't think I actually have to unlock them before we start dropping out of these things. Could be right, could be wrong. Use those blocks first. Let's look at the journey so far. So, yeah. Hopping up this hill, jumping over, going around south. It's probably the right call. next day, I'd like to be there and pushing into it, if I can. I know a lot of other folks have tried this, and it worked for them just fine. Skipping a lot of progression. I've already played the game, so it's not that I need it, but it's just more a question: can you beat the game in one life? That's the question we're answering. This is sort of just phase 1, if you want to think about it like that. Just getting up here just improves your survivability so much. One life mode, right? And this is where I might say I don't mind taking these and deleting them if I need to, but it's easier now than later. Might need those altars. I definitely don't need them now. Alright. Just look at that health topped up. If we can go across this bridge here into the northwest, hopefully. So we're trying to go that way. We gotta climb this first. I understand this is going to be my first series up ahead once I get up this hill. It needs an altar. There's some dogs there, but they're not a big deal. Nothing wrong with conflict avoidance, right? Nothing at all wrong with that. And then they have so many of these shikers, so kind of use them wisely, but I suppose I can be kind of liberal with it. I believe that, yeah, getting up this is our first obstacle. Probably don't always need that axe, we can probably just always keep that one. Pickaxe, probably should keep around. I don't need that. Yeah, I think this is our first jump. The first places we killed ourselves, last I checked too. shouldn't hurt. Interesting, there's something up here. Hyenas. That's what's up here. Alright, let's see then. Castle. I don't know about getting around this, though. Going straight up this doesn't seem like an option last I checked. That does seem like an option, but I'll need that boost. Or not. I don't really have any dreams of climbing up that. I don't think it matters. I do think going up this in general gives me a big height advantage. Let's check the world. Yeah, southeast. That's northwest, so we need to go that way, you know? No point. My honest opinion, I just don't think there's a point. Trying to get eventually kind of over there, but that's a different question, to be honest. I think we're taking a different route than I'd ever planned on. It might be safe, it might be more dangerous. There we go. Oh shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? That feels like a bug. What the fuck just happened? Did I hit start, accidentally hit this, and then logged out and set me on the map? Holy shit, boys. We made it all the way up there and fucked it. I don't think it counts as a death, it counts as a bizarre shitty HUD, because I can't turn that off. We'll just restart it here. I think we can all agree on that. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, we've had to do that before when things break. I don't know if I can say that that's breaking, but the HUD just... an Xbox controller. I'm not counting that, fuck that. I generally don't. I don't use fast travel. And I didn't use fast travel. And it's just shit design. That's happened a few times in my main playthrough. It's really annoying. You open up your main page and then just for some reason a command gets triggered without ever prompting for it or showing it or waiting to confirm, and then you end up in the middle of absolute fucking nowhere. It's just obnoxious. Ugh. No big deal. Let's just go back. That is insanely annoying. 7 minutes rested. Oh, we were doing so well, too. That is terrible. I wasn't in a bad spot. It's on a really, really good high ground up there. Early access, man. Actual journey. I'm not counting that as fast travel. On my main server with some strangers and friends, and you know, you get into the spire. You desperately, with no fast travel, you really do need to climb the spire so you can find your way out. And the doors just randomly lock and shut, even though you've already opened them. It's bizarre. It's a little bizarre. At least that was there. Appreciate it. So I got into my backpack to drink some water, I think. That's what that was about. We'll just keep going until it gets night, I suppose. Tempted to just... Ugh. What's he got? Okay. I recall this section being a little bit dangerous. $120 mana. How much does that cost? Wish I could check exactly how much mana I had. Total of 160, so should be enough now. This is vaguely what I recall the normal path to be. It might even be a little faster than me messing around at the top of this. There we go. That's why I didn't have any stamina that time when I came here, remember? I think we gotten about here last time, jumped off and killed ourselves. That's what I seem to recall. At least now we're going to be a little bit further. In theory. Might be worth... Nah. Screw it. That might not have been worth it. That's alright. We're just running from everything now at this point. Don't know if there's a way. I just go this way and to the right. Lollipops, interesting. Not really here for the goodies. I kind of know exactly what weapons and gear I want, though, to be honest. I don't want any eagle eye. I might set a chest down just to store it if I have that, interesting things I find as I go. Maybe I shouldn't be counting my chickens before they hatch, though, right? Oh, shit. They just fall and they die. Love to see it. Big game is valuable. Alright. This part of it all I'm familiar with. At least. Might as well get rested then. We should be thinking methodically about how to get where we want to get to. We didn't used to have a way of crossing large chasms, but now we do. We know exactly where we want to do it, actually. Probably won't make it. That's all right. Swing to the right. Oh boy. Hearing some crackling. Is that me? Hi Tev, how you doing, buddy?
Hi.
I'm streaming right now.
Oh.
It's going pretty good. I'm just seeing if I can get to that super dangerous place. I believe I can.
Nice.
It's not sort of just phase one of sort of a speed run, one life approach that I'm testing out. Any percent kind of a thing. It's going well. Jack had made a little house, and I gathered enough supplies. You don't really need copper gear. Doesn't really matter because you just get one shot by those dragons, and no matter what. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That sounds lovely.
That is a creepy looking skeleton. What the fuck? Have I ever even... I don't know if I've even seen that enemy before. Where am I? Huh. Bizarre. Yeah, I'm basically in hell, my dude. But, I proved on a ranger account that it can be done. And now I'm doing it a little bit... I have a bit of a faster method, it looks like. How you doing tonight? If you want to join, it's TROG all lowercase. But I'm on.
Yeah, sure. Actually,
I'm halfway across the world. I'm not coming back until I'm satisfied with what I've got. I might be resetting this server over and over and over again, though. That might get annoying in a minute. If I can even make it over there. Shit.
yeah, it's like I'm right now doing the Kindle Waste Spire.
Yeah, I'm up in that territory, exactly. It's sketchy. On level 2 flame right now.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, copper gear. At least I don't look like I'm covered in rags.
Hey. I don't know what to say because I'm like level 24. I already have like shit ton of iron and all that stuff, and I still have like 2 pieces of my armor level 13 from like common loot I found.
Oh shit, dude. God bless you. You playing with
God
multiple lives? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Today's a holiday in the US. No work.
Absolutely.
Nice.
As God intended. Last time I checked.
So what's a suicide run?
I'm halfway across the planet. I am on the level 2 flame. I've got 1 life, no fast travel, and I'm trying to beat the game. And phase 1 is getting crazy gear. It's kind of an 80% thing. It's not role play. It's not no cheese. This is, I want to see
Full cheese.
Exactly. It's full cheese. Can I beat the game without dying? Using whatever tools the game offers me. So I'm doing that classic chest that everybody knows about. I'm looking at it right now, thinking about how I can build a bridge to it. I think I've got the parts. I think I've got the pieces I need.
That's like a classic chest that I should know about.
Yeah, there's a classic chest that everybody knows about. Exactly.
So this is not enshrouded.
This is Enshrouded, yeah.
Oh, it is enshrouded. Then what was this chest thing you're talking about?
There's a magic chest that dumps out level 25 max level gear, and if you can get to it, it's all yours. You just got to reset the server over and over and keep rolling the dice. Pump out like 50 things. You can get like one thing every, like, I would say 35 seconds, maybe.
So
less.
you're a level 2 character and you got past all the red fog to that chest
Yes,
area.
Yes, I did. So I had to jump up the pillars of creation. You use altars to make temporary things, delete them, jump up the staircase that you made, and just keep going. Yeah, it's a little bit nutty. And then to make my original route had me going up to the Kindle Spire Waste, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that route was kind of nuts because you had to like jump across all these big places. You had to travel super far north and go east without dying. And now, people are like, why don't you just build a ridiculous bridge? And I gotta tell you, they've got me convinced. They have absolutely got me convinced. With just doing.
So now you're building a big bridge today.
I building a real big bridge today.
Hmm.
It's working for me. I'm making it.
Yeah.
I'm making my way downtown.
I've seen people like dig
No.
their way up into a tunnel, up into a mountain, and then they jump off the mountain, get past the red fog. Yeah, crazy things people come up with.
Damn straight. I wonder if I could just. You know what? I'm just gonna forget this whole operation. I think there's a shorter path I can use to get there. I'm not sure how many altars I'm gonna need. But I think if I can just run around these mobs, I might be able to get into it.
So after you get into that chest, what after? After you respawn the chest over and over,
Now
get
I've
level
got max
25
gear.
stuff.
Yeah. Now then, when I have all that max gear, then I go hunting all the quests, just quest hunts.
At level 2
At level
or
2.
level 3.
I suppose it'll be level 2 still. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit nutty. I'll be honest. But that's the thing, like, and then you can just die sort of doing anything, anytime, anywhere, right? So in theory, what you're really trying to get at is a playthrough that it's sort of like once I die eventually, how can I get back to where I was as fast as possible? Does that make more sense?
No.
Oh.
Like, is the goal to get the level 25? Because there's easier ways to get level 25 armor.
Yeah, it's not about getting the armor.
It's not about getting the armor. Okay, so it's just the suicide run is based on how to get from one point to the other, and then once you get the armor stuff, you beat the game with low level character.
Something like that.
So,
it seems a lot smarter in my head. I'm not exactly a philosopher's scholar king, if you hadn't figured that out.
Oh fuck, that's a deadly shroud. Whoopsie daisy.
yeah, because if the goal is not the armor, if the goal is to beat it as a level 2 character with end game gear, then there are easier ways to get the end game gear to your level 2 character without having your level 2 character having to go there.
What?
What?
What's the easier way? There's an easier way?
Yeah, transfer your gear from your other character to your level 2 character.
Yeah, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I mean. No, it has to be in the same server, fresh character. Every time I die, I kill the whole map is deleted. Every item is deleted. You start fresh character, fresh map.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're talking about the difference between an exploit and a cheat, basically.
Exactly.
What's the difference?
What do you mean? Well, this is all server local.
Server local, right?
You know, the difference is like you have the speedruns with like the official websites and stuff. Like any percent runs will approve of using any exploits, but they will not approve of using any cheats. It's sort of this kind of thing.
Like I can't port gear over just because technically the game you can access save files, right? Like why don't I just port over a save file that's beaten all the quests and say, okay, any percent and done. It's been half a second. I just loaded the game and I beat the game. That's not really what I'm, you know, it's using the exact server, starting from scratch, using whatever resources the server and the game and the world allow you to see how fast you can beat it. I'm not really speedrunning. I'm just sort of seeing like on a one life run where if I die, everything's deleted. You know, it's like kind of like a question of how fast can I come back. Because I've already beat the game. I'm not here to play the progression. I want to beat all the quests and have like a nice like I think my goal personally is I want to RP a character who has only one life, who knows a lot about the world, and yet at the end of the day, you see what I'm saying? He kind of gets
Yeah,
just,
I'm starting to get it. Yeah.
he builds this. I want to have like a house. I want to like play the game. I want to have one life. I want to feel like in danger when I'm in danger, but I also want to, you know, give myself a fair chance and not be wearing copper armor in super dangerous areas. I'd rather start real strong, beat as much of the game as I possibly can, and then when I get to that level 30 area and I'm wearing level 25 gear, yeah, it'll be tough again. Sure. But I want to get there in the first place, and that's its own journey. That's what I mean by this is just phase 1. This is not the whole picture, so to speak.
Yep, phase 1, then phase 2, beat the game. Yeah, I get it.
Nice. I'm glad we could come to an agreement.
So you said that like Jack was building the base here or what?
Oh yeah, that one's a little bit.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like a warehouse, isn't it?
Jack,
I mean,
when
partially, but it also has some interesting ideas.
Certainly.
And it has the same sort of bar that he was trying to make in his tavern on the
True.
previous world.
Jack wins a builder. Played him Friday, right? Last Friday.
Yeah, he's a real sweet guy. Yeah. Sweet dude. I'm having a good time though. Yeah, so I want to have a one life character who's got a sick ass house, who's beating the game, who's like living in the jungle and shit, you know, and like collecting stuff and like really living on that edge.
Oh, what the fuck? I just look at the map, you have like 4 altars in the same place.
Yeah. he's working. A day in the life, my man. I might be able to get down there. That's what's crazy.
Oh, okay. Pathway like that.
What's dangerous about where I am now is that the chest. Oh shit! Oh, you just teleported. What's up, buddy?
Hi. I have no glider.
Respect. In the future, try not to teleport, but honestly, I don't mind because you know this is kind of like it's just a fun little mode we're doing.
I mean, yeah, it's like I'm not planning on actually like doing anything.
Just checking out. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So we're extinguishing this one. We kind of need to build like a house, to be honest. 'Cause holy shit, it's getting dark. It's spooky. We got one up here. I got another one there. Alright, just deactivate all these altars. So now I'm kind of thinking... Alright, we're going to put down this one. And we are going to build a little house. Get some rest in for the journey ahead of us. Or something.
I mean, you can just get rested here.
Nah. I want like a house. Oh, I can't build
I
there.
guess that's fair.
This sucks. Alright.
It's a shame this game doesn't have mod support. Like, if we could mod in like a hardcore mode, that would be sick.
I completely
Yeah.
agree. I had looked up what that would take, and yeah, it's just you just physically can't.
Yeah, different engine, I guess.
Mhm.
But there's still hope. It's still early access, and when the full release come out, they might add in a hardcore mode of their own design.
It's
Maybe.
basically just
One game.
Terraria. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Terraria. I think I heard of that game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the older one, but a good one.
hmm
Alright, what do we got here, Tev? We got a workbench. Need that. We got you know, I don't know if you see my inventory looks like a schizophrenic. Put it together.
Okay. Sounds fun.
Look at all this juicy furniture that I just happen to have on hand. Yeah. Obviously, the problem is that all this stuff is going to get deleted. And then, oh, this is my favorite part. Nice little candle.
Nice.
I'm pretty put together. The last time I came here, I forgot that I have a stamina bar, and I was trying to jump over the Pillars of Creation, and I jumped off a cliff with no stamina and just died.
Relatable.
That was pretty crushing. I streamed and recorded it, and I wish I didn't, but it's up on the internet forever. until I delete it, but other than that. Alright, we are gonna be, I think, rolling the dice. I think I can make it. Alright, you see, I'm not sure if you see what I'm trying to get to. There is a dragon down there, which I really don't love to see, and I'm gonna be... Sometimes it spawns right there. I don't know where it is now. Oh, there are no swans. And... Sorry to do this to you.
So that's the chest there.
That's the chest there.
Okay.
And now the server's back up, and you just jump down to it again. Over and over and over until you get the armor you want. I've got a very specific set of gear that I want to max out, you know, the difference between... I'll probably end up changing it with craftable gear eventually, but I kind of want magic. The staves are just so powerful. You want to have that a little bit of magic, but you also want the armor bonuses from the eagle eye stuff for the rangers is useless for a 1 life account, to be honest. That stamina's nice, but like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You said Eagle Eye? How come?
It's ranger gear and it has just no defense. You just get it's just basically covered.
Oh,
just
you
covered
mean
in
the...
soft
Oh,
paper.
yeah, you mean the Eagle Eye armor set. I thought you meant the Eagle
Mm.
Eye, the skill on the skill tree. I was using it last time. I liked it. Kind of zoom in much farther with the Eagle Eye skill.
No, I hear you. I'm gonna put down these chests, and now all of a sudden I got all the storage for whatever sweet shit I find. Should work out. And I'm just gonna run this shit until I've got a ton of gear. Then we're gonna pick from the best of it.
So that chest respawning thing, it's more of an exploit than it is a cheat.
Yeah, we're not doing this on the main server. I'm just okay with it because this is my world and this is how the game works. Everything respawns and resets, and it's just such a critical thing that they haven't like. And it's totally within their power too, because if they wanted to revisit the game and how the world works, they could say, "All right, you know, let's make a really long respawn timer even in between resets. And they could do that, but the reason they don't is because it's made to be played with lots of people and lots of friends. And so they actually made it so that even if you don't reset the server, all the chests reset every 30 minutes. So it's kind of like bizarre. You have to really intentionally play hardcore. Like, they'd have to have a hardcore mode where once you open a chest, no more chests open. Like, the chest is permanently empty. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'd have to really push it. If you get my...
And you think they're not gonna do that? Because like their latest patch notes, they didn't do that. They didn't fix.
They did the opposite. They increased this respawn time, the reset timer.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we can see their intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted people to play the game, but I'd love to see a hardcore mode. I think it's perfect. That's a piece of shit mace.
I mean, yeah, just like, you know, it would definitely work better if they just released it as like a separate game mode, the hardcore mode, you know, rather than trying to like fit it in the normal gameplay.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I think it's like an arcade. I like arcade modes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I liked them until I played fucking Hades, and then I was just like, fuck this game.
Oh, Hades kind of nuts. That's because you have all those different modifiers, and it's kind of weird. I don't know if I loved it in Hades. I like just playing through Hades and being like, all right, I get the idea now. I think this is probably a better fit for it. I really like have you guys ever played like Shadow of War?
Yeah.
That arcade mode, it's actually like got a story and there's a whole thing going on, and like, but it's counting up points, like seeing how far you get, and this whole one life business. It's really cool. Oh shit, eagle eye trousers.
Okay.
Yeah, I like seeing point systems. Like Minecraft had that hardcore mode, one life, and as you play, you get these points for progress and like valuables and how many bosses you beat and levels and all this. Like every little thing you can do has a value assigned to it, and so you can just see what's the biggest score you get, right? And it's not, sometimes they don't even show you until like you get to you die. You know, they only show you at the very end or whatever. So I don't know. So it's not something you're constantly thinking about, but it's sort of like you do a playthrough, you get really far, and you're like, hey, I did pretty good. And the next time, it's just a numeric way to see like. Compare your progress between one life deaths, and that's the value in it that I like.
Arcade mode, yeah.
Yeah, an arcade. So this would be something where if you die, the server and your character gets deleted, and that character can only play on that server. Do you see?
Yeah, that's pretty similar to arcade mode. Yeah, that's what arcade is. Yeah. One run, see how high your numbers get, and
but you can come back to. Obviously, you get to come back to it. You don't have to do it all in one session.
That's something like Final Fantasy 16 arcade mode, something like that. Yeah. A lot of games have arcade modes. Yeah.
I think it's a great way to enjoy a game that you've mastered, played through. Because I don't like playing any kind of RPG these days. It isn't like. Give me that East K feeling, man. You know, like I want to feel like I'm in danger, shit like that.
Yeah.
That tension, juicy. I love seeing people die and losing everything.
That tension.
Tension.
Yeah, that's why I bought this game, Enshrouded. I thought it would be pretty similar to another open world survival game I play. It's called Outward. And
dude, Outward, all about Outward. I think I saw that you played it, dude.
Yeah, I've been playing it here and there. Yeah, so I thought Enshrouded would be really similar to it, but
it is.
After I reached level 25, everything was just dying easily. So I was like, I want to do a hardcore run. So that's how I joined up with you guys. Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you kind of have to make it hard for yourself. And I think when Outward first came out, it probably might have felt similar as they were, it was designed for the PS3. My problem was I think I did a hardcore character because they had that on Outward as an option, it was fun. I did bow and arrows. So I didn't use magic at all, just stamina, and it was fucking ridiculously overpowered. You can really just spam the shit out of arrows, and there's a couple of bows that are easy to get. I'm not saying it's easy because you still get to those dungeons in like the DLC expansion, and you know, I ended up cleaning them out, but it's still a slog. At some point,
Yeah.
the engine it's just so limited. It's a really cool game, but it's just so limited. I really liked the feeling and the direction and the idea of it. I think its biggest weakness really was the engine. Part of the hardcore, the reason I stopped playing was because I got so pissed off. I put all this time into that sweet archer build.
Oh, you lost your hardcore character. It's permadeath.
It's not
in the
because I
hardcore, yeah.
died. It's because of how I died. I got stuck into a piece of terrain. Like I physically couldn't move or leave or anything. And so when it died, it just wiped it. And because I tried the, I thought there was a way I could maybe like cheat. I looked up like situation. I was like, what the fuck do I do? There was something bizarre. The terrain, it was in the swamp area, and I was jumping over a ledge, and I got stuck in this invisible wall section, and I fucking died. It was bizarre.
It really reminds me of this video I've
Sounds
seen from Baldur's Gate. Cause in Baldur's Gate you have the honor mode, right?
Yeah.
Where like your full party dies, it just deletes the save. Fuck you.
Yeah. And I don't
and
mind that, but you can't be having invisible walls fucking killing people and deleting saves. Like that was like, fuck this game.
Yeah. It was like I played through the entire honor mode and like with a friend, and I guess we were fucking lucky that we haven't encountered any like game-breaking bugs. But like an hour after we finished our honor mode playthrough, that friend sent me a clip of like somebody else playing honor mode and how they went on like a platform, they pushed the button, and normally it takes away the control over all of your characters, and you have like a few seconds cinematic of this platform moving, just like a elevator. And on this clip, the elevator started moving, but the character stayed in place. So the elevator moved away, all of the characters fell to their deaths, and the save was wiped.
That's the thing about one life modes is it's cool when the game deletes it, but it's only actually cool when it's entirely bug proof.
Yeah. Outward has its bugs, yeah.
That was dog shit to go through. I was like, fuck this game, I'm done. I'm waiting for another RPG that's not based on PS3, and I played a lot of Outward, so it's not like I missed too much.
Yeah, I think what the devs did, since a lot of people did report they get stuck in a rock and you know they had to kill their character, was what the devs did in response to that was they basically released the cheat menu. So use cheats and you can revert your save, kind of like in Baldur's Gate where you revert your save. So I think that's how they approached that problem, but they created a different problem where people, you know, when they first start the game and they didn't want to deal with the learning curve of the game, they just open up the cheat menu and cheat their way to end game. So that created a different problem. But yeah, I still play it though.
Well, that sounds fucking stupid.
I like this. I think that the builds were kind of interesting. You know, you had some interesting weapons. I like the spinning pizza. You could add a weapon that was a spinning, floating pizza.
Yeah, that's the chakram. Yeah, chakram.
That was cool as shit. Yeah, it was weird and janky, but it had heart, and it was a small team, and it was kind of in this like,
Oh.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, definitely had heart.
Yeah, there was a bit of a game drought when I was playing it, so I was happy to discover it.
Cool, I just reached level 25.
In Enshrouded.
Character. Yeah.
It is hard to go back to Outward after playing on a voxel system, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Playing on a what?
A voxel, like destructible world system. You throw a bomb at any fucking structure, and there's a bomb-shaped hole in it now, you know, with some rubble. I think that's so cool.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's hard to go back to any like survival craft game at all.
Yeah.
After Enshrouded.
I do want to see like a proper interactable fantasy. I just got the whole Eagle Eye set. I'm losing my fucking mind. That's the one thing I didn't want. Holy shit.
Well, if we're gonna wait a couple more years, maybe they're gonna like polish up those projects where they like connect NPCs to ChatGPT for more interactive worlds.
That'll be sick.
Oh shit.
That would be sick. Yeah, like creative NPC dialogue. Like they actually feel alive when you're talking to an NPC. That
Yeah,
would be sick.
because you know, it's like last time I heard about something AI, like the Chat GPT, right?
Hmm.
And it's like early concepts. What was it that it became like loud like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? And it's like within those 2 years now they have fucking AI where you just write like 3 sentence prompt and this AI can just generate you like a live realistic video, you know,
I'm
based on the
in love
prompt.
with that. I want to see video games built like that. I want to see that in 10 or 15 years. I want to have an entire RPG world that's nobody else has touched or played or seen or explored. To have it semi-balanced, I want to have NPC characters that are fully voiced with backstories and memory, and you can literally walk up to them with your microphone enabled, and you have a whole conversation with these fucking people, and like, that's the kind of world I want to live in, where you can have an organic, entirely organic experience crafted by
I
super powerful AI. I think that'd be fucking nuts.
I just don't want Ubisoft collectibles, and I'm gonna be happy.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. But I think as tools and AI get more and more powerful, I think what I'm describing is like the things we're doing today. In 1990, they were not thinking that was what we were doing today is possible, right? Like using AI to generate pictures.
I
They-
mean,
Yeah.
just look at like meta humans that are like already, you know, done, or like Unreal Engine that can like generate its own like lighting system.
And
which
discussion.
wasn't, like,
I saw that Unreal Engine demo where they had AI doing full conversations with memory. Like you'd walk up to a pissed off guy like on the street, and he was. Did you see that demo video?
I don't know if it's the exact same, but I've seen like videos where like they made a full NPC in like 5 minutes because they selected a
Oh,
random meta human and they connected him to this chat GPT AI and they just gave him like few prompts of like who he is and the motherfucker just generated himself.
was that the one on this where they're out on this? The guy's running around on this like sort of GTA looking city and the Unreal Engine demo, and he walks up to these NPCs with the microphone. He starts talking to them. He's like in person. He's not typing. He's talking with his microphone. He's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And the guy was like sad. He was like anguished. He was like, not good, man, not good. And he's like, well, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, well, people forgot my birthday. And then they talk about a bunch of other shit for a while. And then he comes back to it. So he's like, so are you feeling any better? He's like, no, dude, people forgot my fucking birthday. Like, it blew my fucking mind. They could make, you know, NPCs with voice personalities that you can interact with that are animated. It blew my mind.
Yeah, they look good because they use this insane fucking graphics that you can generate now quite easily. They have better fucking mouth synchronization than like 99% games that ever came out.
Hey, this sword is a pretty big upgrade. I went from 32 damage to 47. That's pretty good.
Sheesh.
That's pretty good. What do I got? I got like
But
gloves,
yeah, it's like
helmet, trousers,
Of course.
boots.
I would love to just, you know, open like an AI engine and just like write like, yo, make me a game like this. And that it would just make the game from scratch to finish. That would be amazing. But like, I don't think I'm gonna live long enough for that.
They might.
I've heard of AI programming, like AI create software code by themselves.
I mean, yeah, it's like,
That's the thing, though, to have like everything to do with AI is exponential, which is why the idea of like some kind of singularity consciousness is so fucking insane. Because it would, in a matter of months, it could solve every single problem we have in the human existence. You know, it might go like Hyperion, Dan Simmons route and try to kill us and enslave us, but if it doesn't,
I mean, wouldn't be surprised.
I think it should just be hard coded. Don't do the like right in the middle of its code, like the heart of its core code. Don't do the Hyperion thing.
Yeah, but like, if it can
It could delete its own code.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
if it's supposed to be like advanced enough to write code, then it can write code for itself to
Yeah.
upgrade itself.
That's a
So
cool
like,
book because it's talking about like how they basically all the AIs form together in this gigantic metasphere techno core thing, and then they basically try to slowly over time create a machine god, you know, and this machine god actually starts fucking around with time machines and sending shit back, and that's like kind of what's going on
fuck.
with that 19. I hope that's not a spoiler for this 50-year-old book. But anyways,
No
it's
problem.
just the concept it was fascinating. Was the idea of like AI trying to make a machine, like literally trying to create a god of sorts. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
I mean, yeah, like to me, it's like on one hand, as I said, like I'm not hoping or expecting for there to come out like the AI engine thing where I can just tell it to make a game it's gonna make me a full game, because that's still too advanced for the AI. On the other hand, if you think about it,
The most profitable business in media right now is gaming. The fact is, people are always going to push AI to go where the money is, and between healthcare and gaming, those are probably their top priorities right now. Honestly,
like I was gonna say that like considering how much the AI is improving and how it works, it really feels like at any moment it can just snowball down the hill. Well,
we've
like
already
the
snowballed, dude. We've already
I mean, yeah, but like
there's
it's gonna be
oligarchy
like
death panels in healthcare deciding whether or not you deserve the insurance that you already paid for. Like, we're already in fucking hell, dude. Bring on! I would
I
love an
mean-
AI regulated hell where everybody's dead, but at least there's some order in this fucking universe.
I mean, like I meant it more like snowballing down the hill, as in just picking up the speed of its progress. Because like, if you can make AI to write improvements for AI, then like, I don't feel like anybody can precisely tell you how long it's gonna take until we reach that point where you can make the AI just like do something from the beginning to end, right? Like a full movie, full game, or whatever.
Yeah, by nature, every lock is pickable. That's just how the universe
Yeah.
works. There's no such thing as anything that's indestructible. You couldn't necessarily bury code that says don't do this and don't do that without it being pickable.
Yeah, so it's like
how do you teach something the value of things and the value of people? Hard to do that without it being a person.
so it's like, you know, on one hand it's like, damn, I'm probably not gonna live long enough for that to come out. On the other hand, it's like, will robots annihilate humanity before that comes out or not?
Have you heard the bizarre concept of quantum immortality before?
That name sounds familiar. I've seen it somewhere.
Uh,
I didn't do
I don't
like.
love that people just attach the word quantum to things, but I get where they're coming from. So
Like sort of like copying yourself into the
no,
computer
it's
or
not.
what?
From your perspective, Tev, are you a conscious observer of the universe, right? You're not an NPC, right? Like the way you see the world, you as far as you're concerned, if you die, the universe dies. Is that how you feel right now?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Right. That's relative. Everything is relative, right? Everything literally is relative. And in your world, if you die, the universe dies. Frankly, right?
Yeah, it's more like if I die, then I don't give a
So-
shit about the universe.
That
But yeah.
sort of creates a bizarre paradox where the universe has accidentally created an observer, and now it depends on that observer. And you could actually argue that it might even be said that none of existence even happened until you and your observer status was born. Everything that seems like history and everything that seems like precedence and causation actually just sort of like magically arrange itself in the moment before your birth/awakening, whatever you want to call it. And that was just total random chaos in matter. And history doesn't actually exist. All those people didn't actually exist. It just seems like it did. Like dominoes that instantly happened. And so the other side of that is true too. You can't die. When people die, because from your perspective, you know, well, everybody's like me, and that might actually be true. But from their perspective, they don't die. From your perspective, they die. And that's the concept. The gimmick is that nobody actually dies. Just some bizarre events unfold, so you believe they die, but relative to them and their status, they never die. So that means, I guess if there was a caveman born, and he really was one of these types, relative to himself, he never died. Maybe he fell in like a glacier and some insane sequence of events happened where he got frozen just right, or right before he was actually supposed to die, and got woken up by a future civilization. As stupid as it sounds, and then instantly, as relative to him, he wakes up, and now he's immortal or something, right? The idea is that the universe will go to whatever lengths it needs to preserve an observer, or that observer that somehow exists, because it's a paradox by itself. That's the only way to resolve it. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So some people think of that. Some people believe that. I don't know. But that the idea would be that AI in your lifetime is that universe's mechanism of solving that would be one of the solutions to that paradox where, oh shit, now you have immortality because of this genius fucking program that just worked it out. All the health issues you could have ever face, telomeres, all that shit. It just figured it out. That's sort of what I'm getting at. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just, you know, I just feel like any of those talks about like philosophy of this kind of, like, you know, observers and universe and all that stuff, it's like, as you discuss it, it grows in scale so quickly that I'm kind of like losing the train of thought.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, just, you know, it's
all I got from that was AI could make us immortal. That's all I got from
wouldn't
that.
it? Couldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it's like, you know, on one hand, it's like, as you said, with like the yeah, and that's about my thought for the day. Yep.
I like those. Like some good thoughts, my G. I just summoned the alchemist on this floating platform bridge, and I've got like whack gear. And the last time he saw me was like 20 minutes ago with like fucking copper shit, you know, on my chest. And he's like, we're hovering over like level 6 fog, you know, and he's like,
what the fuck? Where are you?
Fuck just happened?
Why the fuck are you here? I sent you on the quest like 7,000 kilometers to the left. What the shit?
Exactly. More or less, he's extremely confused.
There's people getting lost and then there's you. Fuck.
Exactly. These are all shitty weapons.
Guess what?
Huh?
Oh, Jack.
What up, buddy?
Okay, Jack, you're very quiet.
That's a cool critical hit, extremely high critical hit chance. That's cool as fuck.
I thought
Sort
I'd
of
pop
it
in and
is.
say hi, but I'm not actually getting up. I'm actually doing homework. So, but I
You're
figured
good, bro. You're good. Ain't no thing.
I follow you on your streams. I don't know if you know that.
Aw, thanks, dog. I just kind of hang
Yeah,
out.
man. Yeah.
So this is.
I'm not going as hard on my videos these days as I used to. Maybe I will eventually.
I love to talk about AI and shit. That's pretty cool.
Nice, dude. A little podcast conversation, huh?
I love it.
People need to know. Give the people what
It could
they
either
want.
go freaking Terminator, or it could go like some other way, which is like more AI working alongside us or taking a step.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably so far away that it's not applicable. But I'm hoping to see the singularity reached in like the next 50 years. That'd be cool as shit. Like I was gonna die anyway by that point, so imagine like this magic machine god thing created like a computer simulation that perfectly like transported your consciousness onto like kind of like what's that Black Mirror episode, San Paradiso or San Fernandino or something? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen it. I think I know what you're
Yeah, there's that episode where they have like sort of a simulation of heaven, or just like it's just like a really cool like coastal California town. And when you die, you have the option to go there if you want, and like it's actually like one of Black Mirror's like only happy endings where they chose to go there and they live happily forever after. No loose ends, and that's like I think it's like their only wholesome ending to anything ever.
Lovely.
No, they had a couple ones. They had like a dating one where it was like it would tell you how many people you would date.
Oh, yeah, but that was kind of dark though because they fucking killed all those other ones. They deleted them from existence. Don't you remember that?
It's fine. It's
Once
fine.
they achieve their purpose, these sentient creatures get utterly deleted from existence. I hated that. That was scary. That scared the shit out of me. That was almost as bad as White Christmas.
No, it was the one where it was it Black Mirror? It's the one where they
The dating
it's a
app.
dating
Yeah,
app.
I remember.
And
I remember. They didn't escape. They were simulations. So what the deal was is that there's this app like Tinder, but it has like a 99.98% success rate.
I didn't know it was.
How does it achieve that? Because what it does is you use the similar tool to, I think it was White Christmas, where you put this like little egg in your head and it like memorizes your personality, your thoughts, your ideas. You keep it literally inserted in your skull for like a couple of weeks, so while it's like just takes all your data, your all personal memories, everything. And then what it does, this app does, is it simulates you with every single user in your vicinity in like half a second, because it's just such a powerful machine. And what it does is for these creatures that look like you would think
I don't remember the creatures.
Well, they're not really creatures. They're AI, right? They think they're you, and all they know is that they woke up in this dating sanctuary, and to them everything is very real, and they're humans, and they have their memories, and they're just programmed to believe that it makes sense that they're there. And then, after they spend months and years with totally random people until they find someone that clicks. And I think for it to be a success, they literally have to figure out that it's a trap, that they still love each other and run away with each other. And what they'll do is they do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if you and that person run away over and over and over and over and over again together, if you run away together over and over and over, then that's why it's 100%. So it's kind of like the Good Place, where they're constantly getting their memories reset. They create these humanoids that get their memories reset and altered and fucked with. And then finally, once they discover like, oh yeah, this is a good match, they just get fucking, so they basically create and kill countless iterations of yourself. That's horrifying, Jack. That's the most horrifying episode, I think, of the entire fucking series. Even worse than the guy who had to spend 2 million years in there.
I must have blocked out the horrible spot.
Do you remember the 2 million years guy, though? It was the same thing, but they locked him in a cabin with some shitty music. And the police investigator was like, fuck this AI, he's evil. And made him stay in this egg for millions of years. In like 3 seconds.
Oh.
Just going nuts. Just going insane. Yeah, it's even worse than that. And now everybody thought that was the worst one. Technically.
I mean, is it bad that like I'm curious? I would like actually really want to see like my AI construct being locked in an egg for like 1,000 or like 100,000 years, and just to like see
what would happen to you.
Yeah, and just see like how it devolves or evolves or whatever. If like I would be even.
It'd probably be comatose, dude. It probably wouldn't even be capable of like receiving stimulus.
If the government came to your house and they gave you the opportunity to freeze yourself so you can see what the future will be like, would you do it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
lose
if-
everything.
Yeah.
That's like a restart.
Oh, are you talking about like the movie with Tom Cruise where he wakes up like 60 years later, but in his car crash, he was in love with a lady from the time before, but then he has nightmares because there was some anxiety or some shit in his head, and they finally solved it, and he came out of his coma, and it's like 80 years
that
after
or-
he died. Do you know about that?
I know about Idiocracy where he wakes up.
Tom
Starts his
Cruise
life.
coma movie. It's called like Memento, I think. Coma movie. Vanilla Sky.
I
Vanilla
know Puerto
Sky.
Rico.
It's Vanilla Sky. It's not far and away. I always mix these up. It's not far and away. It's Vanilla Sky.
Never heard of it.
You should watch it. I thought it was a great movie. Some people, it's like kind of like some people hate it. I loved it. I thought it was cool. That's a great
I
movie.
mean, yeah, going back to the question, they were like, yo, we're gonna freeze you for like a century or two, and when you wake up, we're gonna like provide you with a place to live in and all that stuff. And like, hell yeah, that'll be funny.
It's the plot to Futurama too. It's a good one. Good plot.
I mean, yeah, honestly, they had like a whole bunch of
That was-
those like AI experiments or whatever. I would probably go for all of them because they sound funny.
What if you wake up and you're like, humans are like half bionic, and you're just like the over normal person, and you're just like, oh shit.
Probably be
So
one
like
day you'd be a-
cyberpunk.
you'd be a celebrity. They probably have conquered the stars at that point too. Like, right? Like you've got civilizations on all the planets around and the whole fucking Milky Way, and if not more, right? Like you're talking about an intergalactic civilization that you wake up in, and you're like a relic of their past. You would be a celebrity immediately.
I mean, you know, if it's like universe, like fucking, I don't know, urban star racers, like, yeah, sure, that would be fun. If it's universe like Warhammer, no thanks.
Yeah, it depends on what universe it's gonna be like, what the world is.
No, I like the idea. I like the idea of peeking into humanity's future because I kind of get the idea of what the hell's going on right now. I don't think I need to know more. I'd miss my loved ones, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to me, it's really interesting. Like you said, this concept of like locking the dude in for like a million years in this fucking AI like prison. And like ideas similar to that. Like another one I've read about where it's like, what if they copied your entire consciousness and everything, and if they told you, or like told that copy that it is a copy, that it is not
Yeah,
the original, that
Just-
like no matter how confident you are thinking you that wouldn't matter.
yeah. That
Like,
also is
what-
discussed in Hyperion. That's a big part of the plot. Is that this AI core was fascinated with humans and replicating human existence and seeing, because the robots by nature do not have sort of human qualities, things like empathy, right? And so what they do is they create these robot programs to not know that they're robots, and they absolutely, to the nth degree, simulate real people's lives. And so one of those guys was this dude named, I think, John Keats, a poet from the 1800s. And so then John Keats died of some horrible disease, and so they simulated everything from birth to death perfectly. And then John Keats was supposed to die on that bed, but when this AI program wakes up, it's actually like in a biological body, and everything seems like it's perfectly the same, like in a recreation of Rome. But it's there in that fucking room, and it's like, holy shit, I should be dead. Why am I alive? So immediately they like know something's wrong. So they did this over and over and over for different people, and they usually go insane, and because they can't, conceptualize that they're not real. Once they figure it out. I like that. That felt sad. That felt reasonable. Like,
Yeah,
imagine-
it's like,
I gotta jump off.
see you, buddy.
okay, see you.
See you guys later.
See ya. Like, imagine if you were like one of these like you're living the real life, like dot for dot, and then you get to your deathbed after a pretty long life and things are good. And then you die, and then you wake up and the doctor's like, oh, hey, actually we saved you. You're fine. And then you slowly realize that you were actually just a copy of the original. Wouldn't that like fuck with you? Bet.
I mean, it's like I myself think that like I would be able to handle it. Maybe not perfectly, but in general, I would be able to handle it.
Well, what would you
But if-
choose to do? What would you want to do? Like, would you want to follow that person's? Because you're not really him. That person already lived and died ages ago. Like, would you want to try to follow that person's, desires and passions and personality and continue that arc, or what?
I'll just try my best to believe I'm a different person and do whatever I feel is right.
If you're like an
Yeah.
80-year-old man, that's going to be hard to separate yourself, like, neurologically. Like, that's because you're completely designed to replicate the human experience and body and all that stuff. So you're sort of like organic / biotic, but mostly human as much as like you bleed.
Yeah, same genes, so I'll probably, if I'm put in like very odd, similar situations as my older self, then yeah, I'll probably make all the same choices. But as you live life, the situations I encounter might not be the same as my older version.
Yeah, at that
If
point
that
it's
makes
new.
sense.
At that point it's new because he's dead. He's not experiencing what you're experiencing. And,
Yeah.
Would they even let you out? Would you have to? Would you, or would you just slowly go crazy and diverge?
I mean,
I don't know.
if it would be like, oh yeah, we can just like erase your memories and send you through the loop again or whatever, then like no thanks. If it would be like, yo, we're gonna keep you in just this white room and have fun for like 2000 years or whatever, no thanks. But if they would be like, yo, yeah, do what you want, or like, how about just, I don't know, trying to change something about yourself, or like just learn to do something new. If it turns out that you are fucking half AI or half bionic or whatever, fucking bionic with Power Ranger, I don't know, just do something about that, Like, I just don't feel like I would be like much attached to like, oh no, so I'm not the flashback I used to be.
It's a flesh.
Oh no.
Shit, that's funny.
Because like, as I said, like I personally feel like it wouldn't affect me that much, but I've also seen and read enough that like,
I bet it would get to you. I bet it would eat at you.
usually like people, yeah, it's like usually people like, even if they are confident, they're like, oh yeah, it wouldn't matter to me, I don't care, but like they still get affected in the actual situation. It's like might be a weird reference point, but the anime Sword Art Online, skipping the entirety of the plot, all of that shit. I don't know if you know anything about it, like anything at all about the plot.
About what book is this?
No, it's not the book. It's the anime, Sword Art Online.
Oh, I've watched that a couple times. It's one of my favorites. It's a cute one.
Oh, Sword Art Online. Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, it's
Classic.
like just like not discussing any like story, more about like lore and world building, like the fourth arc, Alicization, where they have the fucking light cube and copies of human brains that are like basically perfect AIs.
Ah, yeah.
Is that that weird little fucking kid? Are you talking about the? I watched the gun one and I watched the original one and.
Yeah, it's like every arc has like a different game.
The
And
fourth one,
basically,
I stopped at the gun one, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
no, you probably don't notice it.
it's like
No big
it's like a
spoilers. I mean, I probably won't
okay.
watch it. I didn't love. Actually, you know what? Spoiler. I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't.
Yeah, it's like the story itself of the anime is like dog shit. I'm not a
It's
fan
so
of it
bad,
either.
dude. It's just a harem. It just evolves into
Yeah.
a harem.
It's like unnecessary harem that like doesn't achieve or do anything at all. But like,
I hated that they had such a strong female character. Like, I love strong female characters, dude. And I hate how this anime fucking started with such a strong one, and then she just became like some fucking harem girl. Like,
yeah,
that sucked. That fucking sucked. I don't. It's not believable. It's not interesting. I don't care. I don't care about a guy who's like this lonely little basement dweeb who has this like brainlet mouth breather behind him who once was like a fantastic like leader and person. And you know, they just I just don't have any. And that's what the whole show became after just a few episodes. That first half of the arc was decent though, and then Jesus Christ.
I mean
And
that's
they
why
revert to harem, yeah.
Yeah.
the biggest meme of Sword Art Online is like the best Sword Art Online story was not written by its author, but like the side author for a side story. Like the story that has like nothing to do at all with the main cast is like way better than the actual main story.
Which one are you talking about?
Because they made Gun Gale Online Alternative. It's both light novels and the anime also got like one season of it, I think.
Okay.
And it's like completely different characters, completely different setting. They are just in the game with the guns.
Okay.
And it's like the overall story, the characters, everything is just like 100 times better than anything that Sword Art Online was.
I actually haven't watched that. Maybe I'll give it a try.
That's interesting.
Because when I saw a little girl as the character, I thought it wasn't gonna be a great story, but yeah, I'll give it a chance then.
Yeah, it's like the main girl looks like a little girl with like pink uniform
But
and all.
she's actually 1,000
Yeah.
years old and can consent.
That's her in-game avatar,
Jesus Christ.
and like she's like a high school student.
Oh.
Just like
Who also can't consent.
yeah, but like it's not romance or anything.
Okay, good.
First, thankfully, yeah, it's just like this girl is like super tall, has a big complex about it. So like in game, she created like a cute, adorable mini character, you know, so she doesn't have to feel bad about herself in game as well, and just like a cool story with like her finding a friend and having friendship and slowly coming out of her shell and everything. And just like 100 times better story than SAO ever was.
I just watched
Oh, wow.
Goblin Slayer. That was pretty fucking cool. Still harem build, but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I don't know a single harem story that's actually good.
Goblin Slayer wasn't bad because he kind of just like is too autistic to indulge. So
I mean,
it doesn't.
but
It doesn't
like,
really. It doesn't really build itself around that too much.
but then you know, to me, in a story like Goblin Slayer, harem is unnecessary at all. Because like, it doesn't bring anything to it. Why can't it just be that, you know, he has fucking friends instead of just like, oh my god, a big titty woman is in love with him, Kya! Or whatever, you know.
I didn't really see that big of a harem element in Goblin Slayer. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they
thankfully.
illustrated the idea well. To me, I saw the idea was it's about this guy, you know, he had a traumatic past, and it's about him, you know, moving on from that past.
Not just him. It was
but-
all. It was like almost all of them had like some kind of PTSD that they were working through. I think it was a very progressive anime and not in this, not progressive compared to like maybe other shows, but like in the anime medium, it was progressive.
Yeah, at least to the standard anime. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. No, I do agree. I like how they were kind of just working through their PTSD. I thought that was cool. All right, I probably have to go in a minute or two. I've just been grinding these fucking chests. I've got I have a I have like an almost. I'm missing gloves and boots from a few different things. But I'm not even sure I want the. I kind of want to say, what are the? I need elder gloves. I think that is what I want. Because I think I've got the paladin trousers, right? So I've got hella physical resist. But then you kind of want like elder gloves, elder boots, and maybe even an elder helmet. Because you get that magical critical strike chance. You don't lose. You kind of like how little fizz resist can you get away with? Because the chest provides immediately 113. So
Well, damn.
so you can get away with a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That mana does come in valuable when you're just trying to bomb tons of enemies.
I
They
just
just-
remember it was like, why did I even bring up Sword Art Online? It's like in the 4th arc, they have this underworld that they created with like fully realized AI that are like indistinguishable from like normal humans. Because they literally managed to like create a perfect copy of a human brain. And they copied like brains of like I don't know, like a couple tens of infants, and like with the accelerated time flow in game, they raised them from newborns, and so they basically created like a separate fucking AI civilization in game. And what was interesting is that they had to copy the brains of infants, because when they tried to copy any adults, like any workers of that company,
They can't adapt, of course.
they can't adapt, and they just like go batshit crazy within like a minute and a half. They just completely break down and the fucking cube explodes.
That's hilarious.
We-
That feels like a lot like that Rick and Morty episode where he's like using them to power his car battery.
Jesus.
Do you remember? He makes like a tiny galaxy in like a little cube, and the whole thing is, and then he goes inside and realizes that one of the planets developed the life, and because his car stops working, so he goes inside to figure out what's wrong, and he ends up on this planet, and they were fucking things up, and he just wants to convince them to like stop fucking things up so his car can work. And Stephen Colbert was in the episode, that American comedian. It was hilarious. It was funny as shit.
Okay, then it's funny how you can just fly infinitely
That's my
in
next up.
Enshrouded.
I'm trying to get the glider. As soon as I get a full set of decent gear, I'll be running north trying to get that magic glider.
But yeah, just continuing the final part of this Sword Art Online story is in the typical fucking fashion of that retarded author, they tried to make it so that like, oh my god, main character is so much different than everybody else, because they made those copies of all of their employees, and all of them collapsed in minutes.
Of course.
And then shit happens where basically main character is stuck in that world for 200 years. And after 200 years...
Oh, Kirito? Or the different the high school girl?
Kirito.
Oh, shit, he's 200 years old now?
Yeah, but it's like... Basically that would be like the limit, or like over the limit of like memory capacity of like a human brain.
No, it isn't. But I hear you. Keep going.
That's what they said in the anime.
In real life, you have petabytes of petabytes of petabytes because it's all merges together really well. In theory,
Yeah.
if your brain and like other things could live on, you'd be fine. It's insane how much. If telomeres didn't, collapse and cancer and all that mutations happen, your memory's insanely. If you stayed like 25 or 30 your whole for, you could live thousands of years. Your memory is just really good at. Human memory is amazing. It's basically like, everything is just patterns. And so if you have one memory of the color, just basic concepts like the color red begin to include all your experiences with red things. So one section of a couple neuron connections can basically have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of memories. That's basically how memory. It's just the brain is fucking incredible.
Yeah, so like in the anime they said, oh my god, there's only like 150 years limit or something of memories.
But he loved Asuna so much that he didn't go crazy and he was totally fine at the end.
But he managed to live 200, so they immediately erased his memories of those 200 years in game, so that his brain doesn't collapse. but like before that, this one guy actually managed to sneak a copy of his 200-year-old brain.
Oh shit.
And it's like, made in such a way of like, oh my god, Kirito is so cool, he didn't collapse as a copy even though he was aware he's a copy. But like they completely missed the fucking point, because like at that point 200-year-old Kirito and the fucking 18-year-old Kirito are just like two completely separate people.
What was the older one like?
He sounded deeper.
He's what?
His voice sounded deeper.
Is there anything else that's like personality-wise?
He was like, oh my god, I'm gonna protect the underworld. And that's basically the extent of it that they showed in the anime.
And he gets one additional girl to his harem, the perfect AI girl you're talking about.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, but like at that point he has like 7 of them, and like none of them ever brought anything to the story, so
It doesn't make... I don't know, dude. The harems always just ruin it to me. Maybe I'm just so old school. I just prefer like a classic monogamous thing.
I mean, it's like, I still have like leftovers of my retarded teenage brain. So like, if it's like, monogamous relationship, great. If it's done well, I love it.
I just feel like I can only disappoint so many people at once.
There's like some stories, very few and far between, where I read like this guy had like 2 love interests.
I don't think you're wrong, but I don't think Asuna ever agreed to that from the get-go. I don't think that was
No.
like a conversation they had when they first fell in love in that cabin. We were like, hey, if I decide to have a bunch of like side bitches, is that cool? I don't remember her being part of that conversation.
I mean, that's why I do it. I really don't fucking like those harem stories, because it's like
Yeah.
they call it a harem and they bring all of those love interests, but like literally nothing fucking happens because they are unimportant. They are like not related to their relationship at all. Just like they are there in the background.
Yep.
So they don't draw the
Background.
random NPCs every fucking scene, and instead these fucking side bitches.
Tells us.
It's just so fucking dumb.
Alright, I'm
Holy
gonna get
shit.
one of the chests. I have not gotten the full set that I wanted. I think I just need like Elder Gloves. I'll be happy. But I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
get
like
this.
I think I've read like 2, maybe like 3 novels where it was like this guy had like 2 female companions and they were both like fleshed out and they had personalities, and their relationship wasn't on the level of like, oh my god, you're the main character, I love you and dedicate my fucking soul and everything to you.
I like
you know?
Berserk, the 1996 TV series. That was that was a masterpiece.
I don't think I would call that a harem, but yeah.
No, it wasn't a harem. I would argue the manga and the like Netflix episodes that focus on the like modern day story, the whole TV show that I'm talking about is just the prequel, basically the backstory to the character, and the modern day shit is where you see like all these like freak ass women and stuff, you know. And but the backstory doesn't have any of that. It just like has this insane, tragic love story between these tight group of characters, these friends, this circle, and it's just devastating. It's just fucking devastating.
Yeah. I didn't see the 1990 series, but I did see the 3 movies that basically made the movie version of the TV series.
I took a glance at those and just threw up in my mouth and never came back. The 1990s.
Oh, it wasn't a one.
Yeah, the 1996 TV series is
Different.
impossibly so. Yeah, because the original writer of the manga, who I think he might have died or something. I could be wrong, but he worked on the 1996 series, and he was obsessed with making it like the perfect creation, like an expression of the original artwork and story, and he worked very hard on it. It's just poetry. The whole series is poetry. If you don't, yeah, you gotta watch 1996 Berserk. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's like the highest form of I've ever seen anime. I'm trying to think of like another like series that I would compare that I would put it on the same level as. I am struggling. I think what was it called? Like Devilman Crybaby. That one was pretty intense, but I was shocking. But I don't know if I would say it gripped me as much as Berserk did. The characters. You should watch 1996.
Alright, yeah. I was assuming, I thought that it was the remake was like copied exactly, but guess not.
I couldn't even stand that. Per se.
Okay. What was different from the newer remake in the 19? Just like the pacing,
the pacing, the writing, the acting, the writing is a really big part of it for me. Writing's the most. I'm a writer in real life. I have to feel like these are believable characters, and
so it's like the dialogue, or is like just
dialogue.
different scenes? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But the scenes are same, right? Like the events that happen, like
roughly,
they still the tragedy.
Roughly, 1996 though. It's just it's on a pedestal for me.
Like, what is this about?
Berserk.
All right.
Berserk the anime.
So let me tell you my build right now. We've got I think I'm gonna try and get away with this. Where we've got the Elder Hat, which is that critical strike chance. Or I might just end up taking the Paladin helmet, right? Okay, so we get a little bit more fizz resist. And then we've got the Paladin chest plate, so we got 113 fizz resist, plus 200. It also gives you plus 240 health and plus 24 stamina. Big. Elder gloves. No, I think now that I think about it, 9% damage against magical foes, 12% magic damage multiplier. That's helpful. I think we're gonna stick with the Paladin gloves just for that fizz resist, magic resist. The pants give you that plus 2 mana regeneration on Elder Trousers. So you're missing out about 40 fizz resist compared to the Paladin Trouser, but plus 2 mana regen. The Paladin Trousers do give you health regeneration, which is worth considering. The Elder Boots have the minus 120 mana regeneration delay, as well as plus 4 mana regen. So you've got plus 6, I think, mana regen with those boots and pants, and then everything else is Paladin. So you end up with 225 physical resistance, 196 magical resistance, and of course that plus 240 health does not hurt at all. And I think this is a good character because if the staff is just so important to be able to just constantly be slinging AoE bombs while you get scratched a bit, but then you're not supposed to be. If you're playing a 1 life character, you don't want to be fighting constantly. You just want to be slinging fire bombs. more or less.
From a mile away. Yeah.
From a mile away, as much as you can, just running and sleep, because it has infinite ammo. It's eternal, right? What's
Oh
up?
damn, this armor set looks cool.
Yeah, it's just it's okay. It kind of looks a little gaudy, if you know that. Do you know that word?
Yeah.
It's a good word for this set.
Hello, boys. I can see some secret activity going in the night.
Oh yeah, we're doing Suicide Run. I finally got my armor set that I wanted for the 1 life, any percent kind of a deal. It's sort of phase 1 because I'm just trying to figure out how can I repeat this over and over every time I die, while I'm doing a 1 life playthrough. Because I've already done all the progression. I don't need to experience the Copper Age any fucking more. So I'm kind of looking at the weapons. I think there's a weapon I was hoping to get. I didn't get. I got some good swords and wands and staves. I think I'm gonna head out though. To be honest, it's late. I got a big day tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, lads. Good shit.
Yeah, damn.
Alright.
It's already fucking cool. Gee.
Oh yeah, man.
Yep. See you guys around.
Peace.
Yep, see you.
Take care. Take care. Take care. Anyways, let's see. This little ice damage, which would be great against humans, I suppose. This one does cutting and blunt. Cutting, piercing, blunt. Cutting, piercing. This one, you can add on shroud magic damage. Nothing wrong with that. I like this one so far. I like that you get health regen from this actually. That's not small. Hit chance. What do you got here? Critical hit chance, critical hit chance. Ice magic. Got it. You could argue that the ice blade is the best. Because it just does won't do as much to some other things. I don't think any of these are fire. I know there are fiery blades, but we don't have them. This one's just pure damage. Yeah, that's tough. I really like this health option. Because we won't be fighting with this sword all the time, you know. Having that as a passive would make it valuable. Shouldn't be really fighting much at all. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where I got this open, I do alright. There's some other things here too, right? this one? A lot of shroud again. Compared with this. Shock magic, interestingly. Yeah, it's a lot going on there, isn't it? It's just a solid weapon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 25% crit chance increase. I wonder if there's anything that can stack with critical hits. Right. Yeah, so be interesting to get one melee critical hit damage. Right? Veteran has that 20%. This would be worthwhile with a critical hit. Basically instant heals while spamming attacks. Get life leech on it. You know what I mean? Just a lot of things to consider here.